So to solve this, you want to take the power of the reciprocal. So you're going to take a 3/4 power on both sides. You use the reciprocal power. So this one's going to be a 3/4 power to both sides. Now you might wonder, why did I do that? Well, when you take a reciprocal and multiply by it, won't that become 1? Which means you end up with x to the first, which is x. And here, can't you write this as a radical now? The 4 is the 4th root, and the 3 goes on the outside. Which, if you clean that up, we have x equals, the 4th root of 16 is 2, and 2 cubed is 8. So there is my answer. But you want to check. Just in case, you want to check. So if I put 8 in to the 4/3, does that equal 16? Well, that would be the cube root of 8 to the 4th. Does that equal 16? Yeah. So this becomes 2 to the 4th. That does equal 16. We are good. So make sure you check your answers because they can not work like all radicals. There can be issues sometimes. So for this one, I'm going to power both sides by the 3/2, the reciprocal of 2/3. So when I take the 3/2 power, both sides, I end up with x over here. And on here, I get the square root of negative 100 to the 3rd. Now, you can put the 2 there if you want, but you have the square root cubed. Now, I can stop right here and say not possible. Can you see why? You cannot square root a negative. That's imaginary. So we can stop and just say done. Don't even have to go any farther. We can say no solution right away. Done. For this last one, let's do the same process. That was kind of nice to end right away. But for the last one here, we are going to power both sides by the 2/3, the reciprocal power again, which leaves me with x equals, and here I get the negative 8 radical, and the 3 is the root, and that's going to be squared. Again, the roots are on the bottom, and the top is the power. So that would give me x equals, the cube root of negative 8 is negative 2, and negative 2 squared is 4. But let's check. When I check that, I get 4 to the 3/2 equals negative 8. And you could go farther, but let's just stop and think. How are you going to take a 4 to any power and get a negative out? Is that possible? To start with the positive, power or radical, however you want, you're never going to change a positive to a negative when there's no negative to start with. Can you see right away, without having to finish it, you can finish it and see it doesn't work. That is not going to work. So this right here is also a no solution. Now, this one, you could say 4 is extraneous, which I almost forgot I had to cross that off. 4 is not an answer. You could say 4 is an extraneous solution, but there is no solution because this would never work. Even if you finish it off, you would see this doesn't make any sense.